Shri Sharda Devi and her Divine Play, Chapter-3, page 35. Marriage and Early Years. According to the Hindu tradition, the impersonal God is existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute. Brahman or the impersonal God is formless, but the personal God has form, and he is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. He is ever free, ever perfect, and ever pure. The personal God is endowed with the power to create, preserve, and destroy. This power is called Shakti or Mahamaya, the Divine Mother. Shiva and Shakti, the male principle and the female principle, are inseparable, like fire and its power to burn, or milk and its whiteness. Both are necessary for creation. When the personal God takes a male form as a human being, he comes with his Shakti to fulfill his mission. Even though born as a human being, an avatar is endowed with divine qualities. God is beyond all limitations. He is neither a monk nor a householder. Maya cannot bind him. Marriage is considered to be a bondage for others, but it is not so for an avatar. Some avatars were married, such as Ramachandra and Krishna. Some renounced their wives and became monks, such as Buddha and Chaitanya. Some were lifelong monastics, such as Jesus and Shankara. Ramakrishna married and then took monastic oaths, but he did not renounce his wife. He accepted a woman, Bhairavi Brahmani, as his guru. And he preached the motherhood of God. His chosen ideal was the Divine Mother. His wife became his first disciple. The village of Shihor is the birthplace of Ramakrishna's nephew Hriday and also of Sharda's mother Shyamasundari. It is famous for the Shantinath Shiva temple, where pilgrims from neighboring villages regularly go for worship. When Ramakrishna came to Kamarpakur from Calcutta, he invariably visited Shihor and stayed some days with Hriday. Once a famous singer came to Shihor and gave a performance at Hriday's house when Ramakrishna was visiting. Shyamasundari was then at her father's home with Sarada, who was 3 years old at that time. The mother and daughter went to listen to the performance. When the performance was over, a village woman teasingly asked Sarada whom among the boys she would like to marry. With a tiny finger, she pointed at Ramakrishna. While Sarada was growing up in rural Jairambati, Ramakrishna was practicing intense sadhana in Dakshineshwar. After having his first vision of the Divine Mother in 1856, his longing increased for uninterrupted communion with God. Completely God intoxicated, he became indifferent to food, sleep, clothing, and other necessities of life. He spent day and night in meditation and prayer. His restless longing for God expressed itself in agonizing cries for the Divine Mother. He shunned the company of worldly people and he was incapable of functioning like an ordinary person. Because of his God-intoxicated state, he could not continue to perform the temple worship at Dakshineshwar, where he was a priest, and people said he had gone mad. The owners of the temple considered his ecstatic state to be a mental illness and arranged for him to be treated. There is a saying in Bengal, words walk through the ears. The news of Ramakrishna's condition and his inability to continue his job as a priest reached his mother and brother Rameshwar in Kamarpakur. They were very concerned, and in September 1858 they brought him home. Chandramani was very distressed when she saw her son's indifference to worldly matters and his seeming madness for God. She tried various remedies, including medicine, rites performed to propitiate the gods, and charms and incantations to exorcise evil spirits. However, Chandramani soon realized that her son was actually normal to a great extent. Without Ramakrishna's knowledge, she and Rameshwar began to search for a suitable bride. For various reasons, this was not so easy. Noticing that they were growing frustrated and anxious, Ramakrishna told them one day in an ecstatic mood, "Why are you fruitlessly looking for the girl here and there? Go to Ramachandra Mukherjee's house in Jairambati and you will find the girl there tied as it were with a straw. This allusion is to a local custom. The stem of a particular fruit destined to be offered to the deity is often tied with a straw to set it apart from other fruits. Jai Ma.